This is Princess's F55. Now you may realise that we've had an F55 on the channel before. The reason we're doing this one is because they've updated it, and the most obvious change is to the window line here and the engine vents. They've made it all a lot more integrated. Looks really nice. There's also, we don't have it on this one, but you've got the option now of the colourways around the back of here. If you look at the boat next door, you can see it's got the blue around here, and this one's got the dark grey. You're going to be able to do this one and this one apparently. But it remains a really practical, sensible and rather lovely Flybridge boat. So we're going to head on board and give you guys the full tour. We've got the high-low platform on this one, of course, so your tender would go on here and that lowers down into the water. There's a crew cabin on here as well, I will show you that, but we're going to head on inside first of all. That's where your shore power plugs into, just there, as we have at the moment. You've got the transom door here, and this one here, you've got control for the high-low platform, and that one is for a passerelle. So that extends out of this step, means that you literally just walk from the quay straight onto the boat when you're stern to berthed, as is often the case in the Med, of course. Flybridge on this one, we'll have a look at that, and then you've got this area here. This is very Princess, the way this wood all flows through here, but also, see these little silver fellows here and here, they match up so that when you close it over, you've got a little bit of air that gets through so it doesn't get all damp underneath, and even little cutaways like this. It's all in the details of these boats. Really good. Flush hinges as well. And if we come on round, we'll head inside first of all. It is classic galley aft layout. This lifts up, and not at the minute though because they're advertising shared ownership. That's where Princess Yachts, I think, are doing that. And then the galley is here. So, full height fridge freezer. We've got the all-electric cooking, of course. There is cutlery drawer in places like this. These are all soft close. And then if we come around here, there's storage down underneath here for your crockery. A bit more storage in there. And if we spin on around this way, we will find dishwasher. And of course the sink and so forth. And a bit more storage and the bins. But also, we've got this area over here. It's like a sideboard really, isn't it? So in here, this is for like a bar area. So bottles go in here. So that's a boat show, it's water bottles. Normally it's champagne. Glasses go in there and so forth. A bit more storage there. And that is the cocktail fridge. So you've got the fridge opposite for your food and that's for your drinks. And then finally, a little bit more storage there. This is all very nice, the way it sort of curves over and then it's lit down underneath. Again, all very Princess. If we head on up this way, there's a couple of steps up to this area, which raises it up so you've got a great view out of these big windows. This table will fold, because of course it can be a dining table, or it can be, you know, when it's all folded up, it's like a little cocktail table. And then on the other side, there's a TV that rises up out of this piece of cabinetry here. This, I think I'm right in saying, is the silver oak. They do an Albert oak as well, and they do a walnut, if memory serves me correctly. But this, I think, is silver oak with the matte finish rather than high gloss. More storage, they tuck it into everywhere. So there's a big locker down underneath the helm seats there. And then the helm itself is here. These lovely Princess helm seats with the diamond stitching. And then you've got basically like a glass cockpit. So you've got the multifunction display there, and then the engine instrumentation is all displayed on that screen just there. Bow and stern thruster on this one. You've got your engine controls, of course, and you've also got joystick control. Anyway, let's press on a bit further. The show is about to open, actually. We've snuck in a little bit early, but we are ahead of the crowds. A bit more storage in there, and then you've got the distribution panel down here. So this is for things like your 240-volt system is here. So battery charging, microwave, fridges, outlets, all the stuff that runs from 240-volt power is controlled from there. And you can choose where it comes through shore power if you're plugged into the marina, or flick it across to generator, fire up the generator, and you've got your own self-contained power. Then over here, you've got 24-volt stuff, so lighting, instruments, all that kind of thing. You might notice there's refrigeration on here and on here. That's because the fridges will run off with 24-volt or your 240-volt. He says, pointing at the wrong ones, your 24-volt or your 240-volt. And they switch automatically. If you have them both switched on, then if you unplug the 240 power, it switches across to 24-volt power. And then water systems up here, so holding tank and so forth. All controlled just there. If we head on forward, VIP cabin is up here in the bow. VIP guest cabin, I should say. And you've got little storage areas again dotted everywhere, so they're in there. These are storage around here. These are storage around here. Big hanging locker over on this side. Like so. This is an access panel, so getting behind the scenes, you don't have to start ripping things apart. You've got panels like that to get into wiring or plumbing or whatever else. Whole windows up here, of course, and that oval black section is an opening section. You've got air conditioning, but that allows you to have natural ventilation. And a nice view out of Southampton Boat Show. Look at that, isn't it gorgeous? More storage on that side, and then over here is ensuite access to the day head. So there's another door there from the main passageway. I'll show you that in a moment. But really nice size, separate shower area. All very lovely. Okay, let's press on a little bit further. So, come back out of this one. That door there is access straight down, make it like a day heads into the one we just looked at, but also means that this cabin here can use it. So there's a third cabin. They've got two singles, but these power together. So if you push the right button, that motors across to that one, and that makes that into a double bed. Again, you've got big hanging locker in here like this, again with the access trap to the background scenes, and then you've got more storage up in places like this. And the other thing you've got here actually is this one up here takes it into the back of the Helm. Look at this. So you really can get to everything without having to start ripping panels down and stuff. It's all nice and get-atable. All right, let's move back a bit further. In here is space for a washer dryer. And in here is the owner's cabin. Look at that, that's beautiful, isn't it? Full beam of the boat, obviously. Big hull windows, look at these. And I might be wrong, but I've got a feeling this is new here, this little area. But I need to check, I can't be certain on that. Don't quote me. But again, nice lighting details like in here, and then dotted around underneath here. It all makes for a very lovely area. You can see it down there as well. TV in here, big wardrobes, big storage areas, everything that you would need really. I think what you can do with these lights is turn the main ones off. Yeah, there we go, and just have that sort of very low level lighting if you want it. And then the main ones are like that, but also those are, I think I'm right in saying, yeah, those are on dimmers as well. There we go. Very nice. Let's press on, lots more to see, including, before I walk straight past it, the ensuite for this cabin. So this is just for this cabin, loo, basin, and a very nice shower. Alrighty, let's head up this way. We'll take a turn around the decks, have a look at Flybridge, and we'll take in the engine room as well, of course. So, back out through here. And we'll go on the decks first of all. I think I'll find my shoes because they've just cleaned the boat, so it might be a bit damp as we go around. Don't worry, I'll edit this bit out later. There we go. You know I won't, don't you? Let's go up here. I like the way they put this rail up here. Look at this inset F55 badge in there as well. It looks really smart. It's all in the details. And then we can come right up forward. And what we have up here is, was deck lockers first of all. So they're in here. Like this, fenders or canopies or whatever else you want to keep in there. Very nice forward-facing sitting area here, and then sun pads up here right up on the bow. And these of course drop down because when you're underway you don't want those in your eye line. Right up to the bow we've got the anchor locker, and also that one there, I think I'm right in saying, yeah, you've got deck wash there, you've got the remote control for the anchor, you've also got a manual backup winch handle as well, which will go into the top of there if that was ever to fail. That's how she looks from here. Let's come back down this side. Yeah, this is a little bit damp. I'm glad I got my shoes. Nice day though, it'll be dry in about 10 minutes. Hopefully I've not left dirty footprints. Okay, we will sneak past this no access sign. and carry on. So, Flybridge here. These little silver fellows is lighting, step lighting, so it lights it all up at night. Got a teak on here, which is nice. And then up here we have wet bar with the barbecue, and then you've got bin in that one and a bit of storage in that one. And this will drop down, so if you are barbecuing there, you might want to release that little catch and drop that back like so. It will actually clip down, and that is strong enough, he says, to walk on. There we go. Let's put that one back up. That clips back into place there. And while we're pointing this way, I'll show you the seating goes all the way around the back. That little chap down there is storage for a life raft. And this again, you can see the way the grain runs through here, but also these little silver discs, so when it's folded up, it keeps the moisture from collecting in between them. The amount of times when they don't have that, you open these up and they've got damp. That's a really neat, practical little idea. It's only a small thing, but it shows the thinking that goes into it. We've got the bimini on this one. This will fold away if you wanted to. And then if we head on forward, that's of course all seating around here, but also then you've got this great little area up here. And I'm pretty sure I'm right in saying that you can infill here as well. So there's going to be another sunbathing area when you're underway, right next to the Helm. And these are generally owner-operated boats, so that's a very nice feature. Everyone can be together when the boat's underway. It's really nice. And this one here is refrigeration. So that's where your fridge is up here. Cup holders here, you've got your engine controls again, you've got your steering. Look at where they've weighted this Princess badge in the centre. And you've also got your bow and stern thruster controls, and that one there is a chain counter. So you can see how much chain you've got out when you anchor. And then the multifunction displays across here, 2 Garmin screens plus the Volvo Penta display for your engine instrumentation. And a fabulous view out across the front. What a lovely day. Let me show you the boat show. There we go. The show is now opened at 10. So people are starting to arrive. We better press on. All right, let's come back down here. I'm going to show you the crew cabin, if it's got one, because I think it's an option on this boat. And the alternative is storage. Let's have a look and see what we've got. We have got the crew cabin. Now, I say crew cabin, as I say, this is really mostly an owner-operated boat, but if you did want to take somebody with you, perhaps just on a long passage, this gives you another area. But also it's a great overflow cabin, or a brilliant place to store unruly teenagers. There we go. It's actually quite nice when you get down into here. It's well fitted out. You've got the same quality of woodwork as you've got in the rest of the boat. There's a single bed across here, little sink unit as you can see, and if we come down this end, toilet, shower, and a couple of vendors. Brilliant. But well lit. You've got plenty of ventilation. These windows here and here open, and then you've got a big window across the back with a Venetian blind. That's excellent. Very good. As I say, got a feeling it's an option. Got a feeling you can have that as a big storage area if you want to. So the last thing to talk about is the engines. We will drop that one back down. There we go. Let's close that one as well, shall we? There we are. Right. Shoes back on. You definitely need slip-on shoes at the boat show. That's an absolute must. There's a little storage area down underneath the step, like so. And this one in behind here, move that very well. I'm sure we can see, there we go. That's a safety locker. So fuel shut-offs for your engines and generator, manual backup bilge pumps, manual fire extinguisher pull for the automatic fire system. All lives in there. And then this one takes us down to the engines. So let's step down here. We've got covers down here as well at the moment. Generator lives in there, first of all. If we swing on around, we've got air conditioning units over here. And if we head into here, we have engines. And these are a pair of Volvo Penta D13 900s. You can see the shafts, they're shaft drives. So the gearbox is on the back of the engine, the shafts go straight out down underneath there. 55-foot boat, this is a pretty decent engine room actually. You can get right around these big fellas on the outside covered in silver are fuel tanks, and that silver stuff is sound deadening. So these are about 900 horsepower. They're giving the boat over 30 knots. I think it's 33 flat out, which is pretty impressive for a Flybridge boat. Cruising 26, range about 250 miles. But as ever, if you drop the boat back to displacement speeds, you'll probably triple that range. Uses a lot of fuel just to get up on the plane. And then we've got down here things like the raw water strainers. That's the fire system. We've got the diesel filters here. These are good because you can switch across from one to the other using this. So if you had a blockage, it's easy to keep running just by switching across to the other side. Vents in here and so forth. But yeah, all nice and easy to reach, everything. And all very nicely laid out, all very Princess. Fantastic. I think we have pretty much covered this one, haven't we? Let's come back out of here. Well, they put this handrail here. It's really good for when you're coming out of the engine room, or when you're going up onto the Flybridge, of course. Let's drop that one back down. PA is kicked into life. The show is in full swing. There we go. I think that's about it. Let's step back down here into the sunshine, and I'm going to say that is Princess's new F55. Really lovely boat, nicely proportioned, very manageable, and a great amount of space. And as ever, Princess, lovely quality. Huge thanks to Princess Yachts for organising that one. Huge thanks as ever to you guys for watching, and we'll catch you on another one of these real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.